welcome back. It's a brand new season of CGL.
This is just an absolute treat. These players are so damn good.
The talent on these teams is undeniable. Everybody on every team right now is making plays.
It's going to be an exciting start to the season, and it'll just get better from here on out.
We're about to step to a whole new era of Overwatch esports. So much exciting action is happening here on CGL that you do not want to miss.
Look who's starting it all off. It's Raven. No one necessarily figure out what is the right way to go just yet.
What a nice roll through him. He's just gonna solidify everything with Mythos.
Does come back, and Arsario gets the mech, but I don't need a mech. I'll kill 4 anyway.
This is just a highlight reel for Arsario right now.
They're making a statement in the EU Masters here.
This patch is still incredibly fresh. There's so much to learn, so much to change about the way we play the game.
NKC, but the shatter is colossal.
Let's get it going.
Trades keep coming through. Lores, you're gonna be able to find these shots true.
Idu on the overclock with 2.
Here comes the Natalie immediately comes back to fine skills, slicing and dicing their way through 2-3. So back and forth.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the CGL. We've started off our season entering week 2 now with Suave versus Franklin Phoenix. I'm joined here tonight with Big Sam. How are you doing tonight, Sam?
I can't complain. Been a long day. Cooked a good meal. Life is good.
Exactly. And what better way to finish off our day with a little bit of Overwatch, right?
Absolutely.
So we have a wonderful matchup today between 2 excellent teams. I mentioned their names already. Suave versus Franklin Phoenix. This is our NAPC open tier, so the top in the skill level of teams with the PC platform. I mean, we should have some excellent game tonight, Sam, right?
We should. And the first match I did Sunday night was more or less Diva. Then it was like the Brig and Bap, some Juno. But now we have a patch update. And we all know patch updates can change a whole lot of things. So I'm interested to see with the patch update, with the buffs and nerfs, who's going to be picked tonight, or is there going to be counter swapping back and forth?
Yeah, it does bring some really interesting points because, you know, anytime there's a major patch change, I mean, a large number of heroes were changed, armor was nerfed, all over the board. You know, right after patch changes, we often notice there's kind of 2 ways teams tend to go, like in the immediate aftermath when competing. Usually we see, you know, we have some teams that will, you know, they'll stick to what they know until something else is proven to be better. And we have other teams that will, you know, use that time to experiment, try new things. Like, will this work? Will it not? Do you think we're going to see any of that experimentation today?
We might. I remember this was during the COVID year of we had a game one day, and right when our game started was when the patch update hit, and it was just wild and chaotic with everybody trying to figure out, like literally on the fly, of who got buffed, who got nerfed, and it was just crazy because you couldn't prepare for anything. So it was like, literally, we'd go to load into a game and the update hits, and it was like so crazy. But now this happened yesterday, so a lot of people have had a chance to play it and probably got the cool World of Warcraft skins. So,
Hashtag ad. Yeah, I'm really curious to see. I think personally, I'm hope to see a little bit less Diva. I know Diva's been a little bit of a pain in my side recently, as she's just been, you know, speed boosting across the map. She starts at first point, she ends up on third point 2 seconds later. I'm looking forward to see some of that. And, you know, why would we delay you guys too much longer? Let's introduce our teams. Let's look at Suave a little bit here. Yeah, Sam, walk me through this lineup.
We got Temper on the DPS. We got Roosty on the DPS. Honeydew on the lone tank role. Gladys on the support. And Kynan on the other support. So
That's
from
a pretty fine lineup.
Do what, sir?
I said that's a pretty fine lineup in front of my eyes.
Yes, sir. We should recognize a few players. They've played together for a while. I believe they won the Kaizen League last year, or did really good in that league, if memory serves me. I know a few of the staff members over there, so they talk very highly of this team. So looking forward to watching them play.
What are since you've talked to a few of these people, who is really the standout player on this team?
They said, I asked Vic today, I said, what's the team on Suave? He said they were just a complete round team. You couldn't necessarily pick one player over the others. He said they were all very solid on their roles. He said they're a very good, well-managed, well-coached team, and he and the rest of the staff had nothing but great things to say about them. So he said expect everything, expect good, high-octane gameplay, expect good team coordination and good ult usage and synergy between the players.
That's exactly what you want out of a team, and let's look now into who they're going to be facing in Franklin Phoenix.
Like the name, by the way. Like the name.
Yeah.
We got
I mean,
Dark.
yeah. They even got that nice little bird logo in the background. Sam, tell me a little about these players.
We got Dario on the DPS. We got Tyler with 2 9s. On the other DPS, we have Glacier on the lone tank, Spiff and Pokemon on the supports. Like I said, both teams, I believe, Franklin went 3-0. Suave lost 2-3 on a map 5. So it's hard to guess on week 1 to week 2. We're just talking about the patch update. So it's hard to guesstimate on those wins and losses because now it's a different patch. It's new balances, new issue. It's almost not like a new game, but it's like, okay, what's meta versus not what's meta? What we need to, what maps we're going to be on, and kind of go from there. So I'm expecting anything and everything in this game.
Well, it's funny you bring up maps. Let's look at our map pool for today. Again, in CGL here, we have predefined map pools in our regular season. So week 2's map pool right here. Oasis, first map up. Kings Row. Throne of Anubis, we're throwing a little bit of Clash here, making people, some people like it, some people don't, but we've actually had some patch changes recently with Clash, so I'm really curious to see how those play out. If we get the map 4, Suravasa, and if we get the map 5, Havana. I'm looking forward to this map pool. I think, Kings Row, hard not to love that map. Oasis, though, has a lot of different kind of gameplay aspects about how every single point works, depending on how each team's style is. Is there anything we should be looking out for this, Sam?
So, with Kings Row, obviously it's the greatest map ever. We can all agree on that. We've all
heard.
And we do scrims. What's the first thing? When the first map pool of hybrid, it's always Kings Row. But on Oasis, where it's best 2 of 3, you got high ground, you got low ground, you got cheeky angles. You could see Afara, you could see Ashe getting boosted, you could see Hanzo or Widow. It's one of those, depending on which of the 3 maps you're on, you could see a wide variety. You could see dive, you could see brawl, you could see, a push. You could see a whole lot of different combustible elements. So Oasis is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens here. I'm also really curious to see what point we're going to end up here first. Looks like production appears to be spilling some secrets to me here. We're going to be on University here first.
University.
Yeah, and why would we wait to let you guys not be able to see it as well? Let's just throw it right into the match right now, right? Let's see put these 2 teams to the test. Week 2, week 2 Suave versus Franklin Phoenix. I'm excited. How about you?
I'm excited to see what we're going to see. I mean, I'm always hyped if we get a Torbjorn. We could see Doomfist. We could see
Reinhardt. I mean, we saw Reinhardt in our hero lineup right here. I know Armor got nerfed actually in this patch, so I'm curious to see how well Rein performs. But we also see a little bit of May making it back in as well. And Kathy, again, has not been the greatest at plays recently, but some of these changes, I'm curious to go.
right, like that last series we did. It was heavy Venture. So now without Venture being played, kind of see, what these 2 teams are going to try to go forward. And then we saw a lot of Tracer play. We both know Tracer kind of harassed the back line at a moment's notice.
Absolutely. We have Temper here going up in the main, trying to make his presence known, but it seems like they're really trying to fight over this right side, which is what you have to do in this instance, but all the space is in Franklin Phoenix's side right now. And what we have Dario here on the left side being surrounded, but actually the first person to go down is Honeydew on Suave's side, and they're just all trapped in the corner here. What can you do? Glacier getting 3 kills in that first fight.
Yeah, right there with Glacier getting the first few picks. we talked about last game, but the tank, as soon as your tank goes down, there goes your foot. There goes your ability to make space. So it's going to be which tank gets the most resources and can stay up. And right there, Glacier got the best one up. And because normally a Ramatra Brawl beats the Rhyme Brawl, but Glacier close to that Shatter, and that Shatter could easily want to take a 2-fight coming up real soon.
Yeah, absolutely. This Maywall, though, could be dangerous. Glacier currently expecting it, allowing them a little bit of space in. Trying to isolate this off this Reinhardt, but not the greatest wall. Oh, but a window comes out and a massive shatter across the entire team by Glacier. And it's just a team wipe. There's just a lone little Lucio left, and what is he gonna do?
There's nothing you can do here, Lucio. You just speed boost and try to wall ride and hope to get away and go to spawn. But right now, I would not be surprised if we see Dario try to do a flank behind High Noon, or Tyler try to get a pulse bomb on one of the supports like the Lucio or the Baptiste and force it up the end.
But surely Glacier doesn't get away with this. Oh, okay. Did not get a pin right there. I thought someone was going to the death, but Tyler going down early. High Noon coming out from Dario here, being spirited around a corner, does not get a kill, but now they're in deep here, trying to trade the kills. But Temper getting the best of Dario, going down early to Pokemon though. Rusi, this is a dogfight all over the place right now. As Glacier still trying to get kills. If they wanted to, they could commit to this fight right now, and they do with their beat drop, just running down GLaDOS, and it's just another team wipe.
Right now, this is a long run-out team fight, but it is in favor of Franklin Phoenix because even all that time, not a single tick was taken. But right now, you're at 88%. You got one team fight to keep this match. But not, you're down 0-1. It's best of 3 when it comes to the King of the Hill match.
Yeah, they have so many ultimates available to them right now, but are they even going to get a chance to use them? As Glacier just pins Honeydew off the map, and now there's a right on your backline. What are you going to do? You need to fight on point. You have to try to cap, but they're just 3 ults doesn't matter. Franklin Phoenix getting so many kills. Glacier will drop to the bottom to try to get more health. GLaDOS trades for Dario, but Temper taken down by the support line. It's just a lone little Tracer on point. What are they going to do? And we just had a dominant first round by Franklin Phoenix.
We did. Looking back, I don't think the Ramatra was the pick right there. I may first would have went Ryan v. Ryan Brawl to see if you can outbrawl them. And you get a brawl, then a Maywall behind it. But it's very one-sided fight right there. But this is why they're open, high-end PC. This is why they're very well coached. There's already some adjustments and things they need to make for this next match right here. So we shall see what happens as we check out the replay.
Yeah, it just felt like there was a severe difference in aggression between the two teams. We had Franklin Phoenix constantly taking space, taking initiative, during those early fights. I mean, we had Glacier sitting behind, pinning people off maps. We have TPs coming out from both teams here. I need to see a little bit of change in aggression between the two teams. Now, we do see Suave coming out on a little bit of a different comp this time, kind of running a bit more of the meta comp from before the patch, and I want to see if this gets better for them here. But Franklin just pins right across the point, not letting the D.Va take the space, and the D.Va has to retreat. But we're just getting poked out right now. This is what they really need to do. They need to keep the pressure on Glacier. But no, Roosty! Spiff just takes down Roosty in the backline, and it's going to make this fight incredibly difficult right now.
Yeah, it's just Glacier swinging for the fences, swinging for the home runs. Being tapped up using immortality, and it's just one kick right behind the other. And now we got to pull a reset to Suave.
Yeah, it just seems like time and time again, Franklin is just getting a first pick on somebody. This case, Spiff just taking on Roosty. I don't know if it just seems like there's no coordination besides Suave right now. It seems like we're missing something on that line, and every player on Franklin Phoenix has been pretty well rounded, kind of getting the advantage they need. And we have Suave here going to the left side, but Ryan just pins right in, says no, you will not pass. A nice little Juno ring coming out, giving Temper the ability to back up. But they do have a little bit of space now, but it's hard for them to get out of this area. Glacier is just not letting them go anywhere. Glacier getting incredibly close to this chatter. Okay, never mind. Taken down by GLaDOS. Look at all the assists in that kill feed. But a nasty shot by Dario on Roosty. And this is Oasis for you. It's so hard to clear it out. Now they will finally cap, getting them a little bit of breathing room, but there's a lot of the ults on the field for Franklin Phoenix.
There he is. You could pretty much only got 5 ult versus 4, pretty much. I kind of get it. There's up there. I'm expecting the Shatter to be huge because there's no shield to block it. He just want to do that fight.
Yeah, we have this Bob come out early, but they just allowed him to cap for absolute free. Oasis is such a terrible point to let people swap in. They didn't have to use anything for that, and this can be stalled out for such a long time, and they're just sitting up here. They just look like they're confused about what to do. And it's, okay, nice Shadow Dodge coming out for the Juno, but it does take down the D.Va, and a Pulse Bomb coming out on Temper by Tyler right now. They do decide to commit the rally. Oh, I think they're gonna want that one back because they just used 5 ults in that fight and just did not accomplish anything.
That's one of those Dota players you hate to see. It's like you dump everything that you do, you get nothing out of it. That was brutal. Yeah, they're gonna switch over to the Wrecking Ball. Lucio try to touch. And yeah, they want the big rally back for this engagement.
I don't think the ball can even touch. No, they cannot, and that is a map win for Suave. A map win for Franklin Phoenix, and in a very dominant fashion. It did not really feel like at any point in time they were pushed or challenged, and we have played the game coming out here from Spiff. I mean, honestly, the backline of Franklin Phoenix was such a big carry for the team. Constantly getting picks, keeping the Reinhardt alive. I mean, look at the window follow-up from the Shatter. It's just absolute textbook.
It's textbook. It's good coordination. You and I are support players, so obviously we've done that a lot of times in our games. But balancing output so much healing in that window with extra damage and extra healing out of it is so massive. The Shatter in front of it, nobody touching the back. That was just overall good team dominant coordination win for Franklin Phoenix. Suave, I'm pretty confident they're going to come back. Like, hey, we need to fix some things. We need to go over some things. Maybe do some swaps or something. But maybe this should be the wake-up call for them, and we will see what they're going to do on map 2 down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're one map down. We're going into King's Row here next. That is a little bit dangerous too, though. We've seen Franklin Phoenix, love to run this Reinhardt so far, have that absolute aggression, and King's Row is kind of, it's known as that Reinhardt map historically. Maybe in some aspects, things have changed a little bit over time, but everyone has that memory of playing Ryan Zarya on King's Row. We're obviously not going to see Ryan Zarya anymore, 5v5 now, but this kind of playstyle, this brawl playstyle, historically works pretty well in King's Row. And we saw a little bit of Suave kind of swapping things around a little bit on that second point Oasis. I'm not sure if they prefer more of the old D.Va-based comps or the brawl style, because we saw them running the Ram in the beginning. What do you think they need to do here on this King's Row map to kind of come away with the W?
For me, I'd like to see a Pharah or a Widow to try to get the early pick off. Even a Sombra to scout could help even. Maybe if you hack the Ryan can put a shield up, extra damage, make the Ryan back up. To me, you got to be aggro. They put Phoenix used the aggression. Suave was probably not prepared for it. You got hit in the mouth. You got to hit them in the mouth, like Ali Frazier. You got me good. Come back, use their aggression, and see if you can out aggress them on some points. But I'm expecting, from our days of playing for this map 100 billion times over, I'm expecting 2 Ryans, maybe a Lucia, maybe an Ana, Juno to speed boost, maybe a Widow, Pharah. I could see May Reaper come out.
Yeah, you know what I want to see? I want to see a little bit. I want to see something different. I think playing the Franklin style, the brawl style, is kind of what you want to avoid. They seem incredibly comfortable in that. I would love to see, something like an Echo come in, potentially even make a Widowmaker on first point, essentially taking many angles, forcing it so they cannot come in as much. I mean, the Ryan should not be able to walk around as free as he was in that game. We need more pressure on the team, and it felt like that was not something they had. And whether it be for more angles, more damage, I think we need to see a little bit of that and proactivity come to the team in this next map.
Maybe Junkrat spam if they're going to be like kind of like the angles make them back up a little bit, because that splash damage adds up. But those quick shots and the quick reload could happen. I could see
We
that.
did just see a buff to Hanzo too recently, and Hanzo's historically been pretty good on King's Row.
Yes, he has. That's why I believe you and I get gold bows in our main accounts. Or
I do have the gold Hanzo, but it's been a while since I played a lot of Hanzo, but I do have it from back in the day.
maybe. Yeah, we can see Hanzo in here. And the one thing, I watched a lot of good Hanzo plays. A good Hanzo can, I don't want to say can carry a team, but it can scare the crap out of an opposing team with those angles, wall climbing, double jumping across the map. A good Hanzo, it hits shots. It's going to be very interesting, the chess match of how do you want to attack him. So,
especially because there's been no, it looks like we have no subs in this map, so we have to keep a little bit of the same matchup here. I do want to see if Honeydew ends up playing this Wrecking Ball. We didn't see any Wrecking Ball in the first map, but I do see a little Echo Tease there, which makes me wonder if that is something we're going to see. But we were talking about Hanzo. Hanzo now has their one-shot back for 250 HP heroes as of the recent patch. So it could be in the cards.
it could be. They did play Wrecking Ball a little bit to try to touch the last one on Oasis, but not really enough to amount to playtime, so to speak. I could see a Wrecking Ball on the offense try to come out, slam, get a little damage in, shield in, kind of scout, go back to spawn, swap, or try to get high ground. Maybe try to go Winston if you want to try to dive the back line.
Yeah, it looks like we're going into the map here. We do have Franklin Phoenix on the attack here, showing pretty similar strides to what they were showing on Oasis. Keeping with the Reinhardt, the Bap Lucio, as well as the Ash Tracer. But we do see a little bit of a different look from Suave here in the defense. Looking around a little bit the Bap Zen. Zen did get a buff a little bit in the recent patch, but I'll be curious to see if they can keep the Zen alive, because that's been kind of Zen's issue in recent times.
Yeah, Zen's got no survivability, like no mobility, but the damage boost on some enemies is what really people like to run with him. That extra damage for them extra key pickoffs. I'm interested to see between these two teams. What's going to be the first test match between these two? What's the first big move going to be? The first big mistake?
We did have Glacier coming in, taking a lot of damage. Looks like they're going to try to do a little bit different rotation this time. Probably speed boost right across the top here and get on top of that Bap Zen. But it seems like they're not fully ready for it. The Zen is a little behind, but the Baptiste GLaDOS already having to use the Immortality Field, and this is dangerous for them right now. GLaDOS getting pinned by Glacier. Did they not know the rotation was coming? And it's just utter domination. Backline completely taken out. So much space available to them, and I don't think if you're the team you're going to want to touch again. You have no backline. The Tracer could stall it for a little bit, but your backline of Bap Zen... Okay, no, we're on Lucio now. It looks like they're setting up to go for a touch, but it's going to be difficult. If you're Glacier's probably just going to pin in like they always do. Honeydew taking the... Wait, Dario taken down by GLaDOS. Okay, so we do actually have a little bit of show of force back and forth. Pokemon taking down Rustia, so we're 1-1 in the series. But look at this angle Spiff has on this high ground. A perfect angle, and they don't touch? It's a C9, no.
Well, they were getting attacked kind of middle of where the door's going to open to pick up. I believe the Honeydew slipped straight off. It was at 99% after it made something. Epic, and there you see the pure aggression coming out. Let's chase them back to the spawn. Let's see if we get how much of that. Here you see what happens to a team as a massive outlet. They can do a lot of different things with it.
Yeah, we have it goes again, shows how much how aggressive they are here. You know, they take the point and immediately start pushing the 3rd point spawn. But look, they're again, the 22nd point pawn, not letting them come in as we have a single person just pushing the point. Now, there are a lot of ults on the field from Suave here, but Glacier's just sitting here with a Shatter, just waiting to act, and we've seen how effective they have been recently, and the other team just doesn't want to do it. Oh my gosh, I saw that lineup and I was scared. The beat drop used by Pokemon here as, oh, okay, pinning a wall, it's okay, we all listen there, we've been there. But Tyler takes down Khan, Suave is just on the back foot, a solo Shatter on the Baptiste. That might be considered toxicity under the rules. We'll have to check that one out later. Glacier's still killing more. I don't know if there's been more than, what, 2 deaths on the side of Franklin Phoenix right now? And it's just been one long continuous fight. We're already pretty much at second point, and I don't think there's going to be a touch here.
It's not going to be a touch. That was just a good shatter and a good follow through. Glacier. I think Honeydew. I like them off as much as the next guy, but you try to go line v line and try to outball them. You got to do some use momentum on the side.
Yeah, we have Honeydew though using the Annihilation, just taking down the Baptiste. Honeydew taking down 2 Glacier. Okay, so we do have a little bit of signs of life here, but unfortunately, look where we are now. We're already on third point. The Bob used by Dario here, and there's 4.5 minutes on point. The Bob didn't really get much value, but it did give a little space for them. Glacier taking on the Baptiste. How does your Baptiste die to a Reinhardt? But okay, he's in the back line. Never mind, figured it out. So Glacier does go down, but not before 2 people fall. And this just seems it's just absolute chaos right now.
It's just hectic chaos, and it's just Glacier. It's just, you know, like charging in, getting a killer pick, charging back, you know, swinging for the fences, being killed by Spiff at the back line. It's just the aggression from Glacier is setting the tone for that. And I don't think Suave was ready for this. On the pulse bomb.
Yeah, wonderful pulse bomb. B-drop used in response. I'm not sure if it was needed. Now we have the return B-drop from Pokemon here. Glacier is like, that's my sign to go in. I'm going in. Pokemon takes down Honeydew on tank. We have a Tracer in the backline. Rusio is actually getting a good amount of trades back and forth. DPS ultimates used by Suave. And looks like they have held around. Temper actually taking down 3 people. But despite this long engagement, we still have 3.5 minutes left here. And I'm a little surprised to a degree that it doesn't seem like there's been any compositional adjustments from the side of Suave.
It's like Suave has not swapped. Well, they swapped one time from Zenyatta to Lucio, but here lately, they've just been stuck on the same people. Won't swap off of them. Almost a mirror match except for the tank. Maybe they get some life. Maybe they get some momentum going.
Shatter out on a Honeydew. When they're trying to use the response to keep Honeydew alive, but they're just pinned off the map. 2 people down for Suave, and this just seems to be a clear fight win. Every single Shatter from Glacier ends up in a fight win, and I mean, what better Sonic success can you have in capping all 3 points at King Row with nearly 3 minutes?
That was just domination. That was solid Ryan play. It was, I'm going to carry the team. I'm going to push the aggression. I'm going to create space. Guys, come with me. Jump up with me. Trust me. You can tell Glacier's putting a lot of trust in Pookie and Spiff. Pookie putting a lot of trust in Glacier. And almost all these shatters, the last one was one person. But the Immortality saved it. But other than that, almost every shatter was at least 2 to 3 people and ended the fight before it got started.
Yeah, I agree. The Glacier has been setting the tempo. You're absolutely correct, and the support line is keeping them fully alive through it. I think one thing we're noticing right now is that Franklin is setting tempo. They're going in, being massively aggressive, and Suave doesn't seem to be responding well to it. We're seeing situations where instead of the team, speed boosting back up when they're sped on and then pushing back in, it seems like they're just being ran over instead. And I think the team really needs to work on the disengage pushback or the push and pull mechanic of it, because it seems that's where they're really struggling. Because, once the team uses their speed boost in, you should be able to respond back. They shouldn't be able to catch you then. They should not be able to catch you out as much as is happening right now. And we do see a little bit of change right now. We see a Widowmaker. I don't know if it's going to be temporary or not. I would honestly be okay seeing a little bit of Widowmaker here for first point. Force them to have to keep their angles a little bit, though.
Let's switch back to the Ash, where they were kind of getting some good picks at the end of the last engagement. And again, pretty much no swaps. Well, they run the same thing they just ran versus the same thing Franklin just ran. And so far for Franklin, it worked for them, but it hasn't worked for Suave. Kind of question that and let's get some coaching decisions.
And GLaDOS already having used the Immortality field. It's so low. GLaDOS going down to the round against Spiff, taking out one of those support lines. The bloodthirsty support line of Franklin taking down 2. And we just see Glacier get really low here. But it always seems like the resources the Suave support line just ends up being used so early. I think maybe GLaDOS and Karen here have to play from a little bit safer positions, because their resources are being pushed out really fast. And Glacier just being able to swing back and forth on their team here, and just a few more swings in the grass shatter, and we've known how deadly those are lately.
You know how that is
Oh, massive shatter! Oh, but Glacier will fall. Okay, actually, really good surviving here. This is your opportunity, Suave. Push in right now. You have the ability to take the space. You have window if they go to point. Good dynamite. Okay, we're trading this. At this current rate should be a point cap. But we do see the recall forced on Tyler and down. And this okay. This is actually a pretty good cap now from Suave.
Like, once the Glacier went down, it looks like that was the go ahead. And hey, let's just be aggressive. I'm gonna do so I can make some room. I can make some space for us. And Franklin was like, "We're not ready for this. We have no shield." And
Oh,
we're
no.
screwed."
Yeah, Glacier going down caused a bunch of an issue there, and now we're having to see Franklin disengage a little bit more. But we've only seen him be punished for the hubris probably about 1 time so far. So I'm hoping it becomes a little more pattern. A pin from Glacier, a man after my own heart on the Reinhardt. Just swinging. What can Honey do? Honey's in the corner. They're on their heads. They're on their heads, shaking their heads to get the kill. How do they survive in this corner in their spawn? And the entire team just sees Glacier, follows, and Pokemon. I think Pokemon might be spending more time in the enemy team's backline than their own backline, and I think the kill count has proof of that.
First off, that whole Glacier on Honeydew head, I want someone to clip that for us to use for highlights because that was kind of unique, to say the least. But I want to give credit to Spiff. Spiff, I want to know how much.
Oh my gosh! Being a shatter in the spawn. Okay, never mind. It looked a little bit bigger than I was at the moment, but it's no kills. Okay, Honeydew pushing in with their ultimate beat drop, trade and return. Glacier getting incredibly low here, taken down. So okay, the Glacier might have gotten a little bit carried away here, as this is what you've been wanting to see from Suave. Suave taking the aggression, holding it, and then pushing back in the moment it's used. But oh no, they're trading. They're trading. Dario actually committing the ball. Okay, it might have to back up a little more. It has been saved by the DPS line of Franklin Phoenix, but I did like a little bit of the sign of life that's why they were showing.
Yeah, that was after we were, I was going to talk about Spiff putting out so much support, so much healing from the bat, and then Glacier just shatters and spawn, just cut everybody off guard. This Bob for me, and maybe Pulse Bomb's got to be huge. You got to be someone up in 12. You got to get some momentum. You got to get some.
Oh my gosh! What the absolute decimation right there. Okay, a little bit of ambitious Pulse Bomb, but Glacier getting another pin kill on GLaDOS. I need to see a counter somewhere. Production, please add that for me. Yes, in the moment of how many times there's just been a pin kill from Glacier at the moment, and it's just crazy. They're being spawn camped right now. But on the bright side, they still do have 2.5 minutes left. There is a way they can do this. We are seeing almost a trade from Roosty here on the Lucio Pokemon, but they just keep trading. That's really what's hurting them so much. They have high ground control right now, and maybe they might be able to take out this Baptiste, who's up here, but Glacier's coming behind, and that's it's a bit dangerous. Temporary taking on Pokemon though, as the point is being pushed. This fight is happening all over the place. Glacier somehow flanks, gets a pin kill, or sorry, a pin on the mortality field. We see trades come out a little bit everywhere. Glacier somehow still surviving the backline, and they're still trading. What is going on?
This has basically been like a wild, drawn-out team fight all over the map. It's just been crazy, and it's like you blink, 2 people over here, 2 people in the back line, 2 people in the other back line. It's been crazy. But on the flip side, this has filled up so much time off the clock with 1:30 on the clock. You could literally, something over 90 seconds, you went up 2-0.
Oh no! Oh, Glacier getting another kill on Temper with a random fire strike there, and look what we have right now on the field. A shatter available from Glacier. What are they? Oh, okay. Man, nice try, buddy. I saw the ambition right there, but the little shield there, what you would think would go by, blocking the shatter. Glacier looking a little sad, but Tyler taking down their counterpart. Okay, Glacier getting another pin kill, added to the counter, and a beat drop invested by Pokemon, and another pin coming in. And Tyler has been doing absolutely fabulous this entire time. And Roosty, I will say, despite their team being on their backs a little bit in these fights, we have been seeing a large number of trades from Roosty themselves. But look who's sitting right there. They know the Baptiste is there. Oh my gosh, look at how much damage popped out. Bob invested by Dario. and just trying to keep them in their spawn. And you see they're flustered right now by all off angles. They're okay. I like this aggression coming in. Oh my gosh, massive power spawn from Roosty here onto the members of Franklin Phoenix, and we found our opportunity. We've made it out of our spawn. Now, only downside though, there's 15 seconds left.
On the upside, though, you do have Annihilation. Oh, Dario switches to the Widowmaker right here. I'm expecting Honeydew to press Q, try to get the Annihilation going, and try to create more space and try to get the second point. Unless Dario can just flank around and get a weird, nutty Widow head flick shot. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we do see the Baptiste off angling right now with a window, but okay, we do, are they? Oh yeah, please don't see 9. Please don't see 9. Please don't. Please, no! Oh, they were winning the fight too. I was watching as it slowly came away. Oh, that is absolutely devastating. I'm pretty sure they would have won that fight. Oh my God, Sam, what do we do?
I mean, the Honeydew stepped up with the Annihilation, was getting 2 to 3 picks. And then I think realized, oh, back on point, going on point. And it's just one of those moments where like, you got it. Here's something super simple, super easy. We forgot that that's the point. But look at the highlights in this game. This was the Glacier game. Hey, got clipped by our great production team here in CGL. But man, never you can say this was a Glacier game. This was like a Reinhardt made dream game to see all this stuff right here.
Yeah, I think what this map has shown me is that Suave has a large amount of talent on their team. We saw trades constantly happening from Temper and Roosty, and even Honeydew having some excellent ultimates here. But where it really seems to happen is when these fights get really scrappy, like Franklin's wanting to make it scrappy. They're wanting to pin in. They're wanting to just take all these different angles where the Ryan's just doing whatever they want. They're causing chaos, and they're just massively benefiting off of the chaos. And Suave's seems like they're a little bit taken off guard by what all is happening and not sure how to respond. And they're like a little bit more hesitant than Franklin is to invest.
Right.
And that hesitation is allowing Franklin to take advantage of them.
Right. I think on that last engagement when the Annihilation was going off, on the top left hand of the screen, you saw like the Widowmaker went down, like the Tracer went down, and some of Suave was over there trying to pick off Phoenix while the Annihilation was going on right here. So one here, payload's here, nobody's touching it. Like, somebody's got to say something. Somebody's got to coordinate. Say, hey, us 4 are here. He's down here. Who's touching point? Oh, crap! All of a sudden,
Yeah.
game over. Like, you got to be. It's game sense and game awareness. You got to be aware of the payload is. You got to know the time. Hey, we're in overtime. Someone's got to stay on it. If you die on cart. I don't know if that was just a bunch of people talking one time and just slipped everybody's mind or whatever. But that one's going to sting for a while. And you go back and watch the film, it is not going to be pleasant.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to take a short break here, and when we get back, we will see you with some Clash action. Welcome back to this CGL Overwatch NAPC Open first to 3 match. We have Franklin Phoenix up 2-0 versus Suave in so far a pretty dominant fashion, Sam. It's been textbook.
It's been Reinhardt swing hammer, shatter, hit healing from BAP, rinse repeat, while tracers in the back line. Then you have Ash across the map throwing dynamite, getting picks. It's been a clinic from Franklin Phoenix. They have literally ran the same 5 heroes. Technically, the first was 2 out of 3. So out of 3 maps, they've ran the exact same composition, and it's worked, and they've perfected it, and it's just dominant right now.
Yeah, if what you're doing is working, make them force you to change. I mean, there's no reason to change anything if it's working. And I'm really curious to see, though, will things change here in our next map? Throne of Anubis, Clash, new game mode, very different. You know, not a lot of people have experience playing this mode, especially in a competitive setting. And I mean, we've seen some Clash maps end incredibly quickly. Do you think we're going to see that here?
What was the Clash game the other day? 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 38 seconds? Like, if you blink...
Yeah, we saw that, I think, with our first broadcast. It was 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Clash is one of those, if you blink, you miss an engagement, you miss a team fight, you miss a pick-off, and all of a sudden it snowballs, and they cap a point 20, 30 seconds. Like, this is a weird game mode because you gotta be aware of your surroundings, aware of the clock, aware of who's eliminated, who's not eliminated. This is one of those, it's gonna be it could be over like that. Look at these two teams. Honeydew has really done nothing against Glacier. I say go Ryan v. Ryan, try to match the aggression.
Yeah, it seems like we're seeing a pretty similar comp from Suave that we've seen throughout the entire series. Tyler, going back to the May, actually, I don't think we've seen Tyler on May except maybe the first point here. And May could be really dangerous, especially on these early chokes here. And we've seen the aggression their team likes to do. Tyler's actually also been incredibly good on this Tracer. But this first point here can determine a lot in here. We see Roosty actually off on the side here, but a massive dynamite hits 3 members of Franklin Phoenix, but Ice Block already used for their team. I like this angle of the support line, but oh, Roosty, no. Glacier takes down 2? Glacier didn't even get the pin out, and just, oh my gosh. What can this Reinhardt not do?
It's like I just talked about, how it can snowball like that. And Glacier is just beating Honeydew. Honeydew's got to do something. Maybe swap to Ryan. A swap or something's got to happen. Otherwise, this could be over before we know it. That was just complete domination by Franklin Phoenix.
And we see them take this high ground early to allow them to just shoot down above. Honeydew is sitting below them, waiting for them to drop, but we already see the wall come out as Glacier just pins in the corner to take the space away from them, running down to Baptiste and taking them out there in the fight. I mean, that should be a fight win right here. Honeydew trades on the Glaciers, but Spiff takes down Roosty, and Franklin Phoenix already up 3 in this fight. And is this already another fight win? Are we going to see a new record?
Man, this is just going to be... They're not going to
a cap comes in, and another trade from Dario on Temper. Spiff, they're just cleaning up. They're cleaning up. Now, they do have time to come back for this next one. And what we do know, each final point here is worth... Sorry, each tick here is worth 1 point. And they're sitting below here. Are they trying to hide? Does the other team know that they're here? I mean, surely they could hear them moving around there, but it looks like... They look a little confused. Oh, the wall up the high noon? Okay, I like this fight. The immortality coming in there from far away. Got knocked back down, but... Oh my gosh, they're already so low. We had the beat drop coming out. They're committing. They want to win this fight. Bob used, taken down immediately through the window. Immortality on Honeydew. Honeydew's down. 2 kills. I think we might be seeing a record here. Kill coming out. GLaDOS does trade with his little bit of speed, but Glacier, there's a Reinhardt in your backline, has a shatter, taking down the Ash, and Lucio down. No more people lost besides the Lucio, and everyone's team's full health. Pulse Bomb out, Immortality Field used, 1 tick down, 2 to go. But look, Shatter, Blizzard, no ults on the side of Suave available, a beat drop coming up, but we've seen how effective these shadows are, and a Blizzard is devastating on these points. Honeydew attempting to block for their life, is getting pinned off the map. Oh no! They were so close to the ultimate, the beat drop could not save their team. But another kill from Temper, swapping to the Fair, taking out Spiff is actually an excellent trade. The main source of healing down, Temper taking down another. Roosty, okay, so it looks like we've stabilized here. Unless Glacier goes for a wild Shatter flank play here, we should see Suave take down this point. Roosty taking down Glacier, and surely they don't fight this anymore. Okay, yes, they're going to stabilize, they're going to take this point and get themselves on the board.
And finally, right there, you see some Suave getting some momentum going. I'm going to assume Honeydew's going to try to hop ult on point, try to get the Annihilation going. If Glacier don't get the Shatter off first, and maybe try to get they'll be down 4-2. But it's going to all hinge on on these two tanks right here.
GLaDOS getting the better of Spiff, though, which is excellent what you want to see, but it doesn't matter. Two more trade in the opposite direction. A Shatter coming out. This might be game already. We're not going to be at a record, but the entire team traded. 1/4 of the point down. Only a Lonely Farah taken down by Dario, who gets 3 kills in this fight. And oh, the GG's already in the chat. Dario trying to trace down the Tracer and not allow a touch, but it's just all hope. 3 ults available for GLaDOS. GLaDOS taking on Lucy. Roosty getting another trade as well. Is this fight winnable? They have to touch the point. Honeydew using also on the point, but taking so much damage, getting pinned. It's just a lone Lucy on the point with the Baptiste, and this is GLaDOS taking down their counterpart, but it's a Fair on the point. Glacier still getting kills in this fight, but actually, this fight might end up being winnable. GLaDOS is just GLaDOS for the world. B-drop used, Farah barrage used, Farah taking down. It's just Tracer. It's just Tracer against the world. We recall used. Wrecking Ball coming in this fight. Glacier's so low right now, but the Maze Blizzard coming out soon in this fight, I bet. Blizzard covering the point? Alright, it was used. Where'd it go? Oh, it was thrown up in the air. Honeydew taken down. Temper taking themselves out. GLaDOS actually getting a large number of trades here, but I think our point is over. Franklin Phoenix taking the series 3-0, and honestly, I don't know if you could be more dominant in the series.
That was a complete dominant series. That was just a complete thrashing.
They gave the blade to Dario, and
you could have gave it to Spiff. You could have gave it to Glacier. Both of those guys did very well. As a support player, I will say Spiff on Baptiste was absolutely nasty. Like, overall.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, speaking of Spiff and Baptiste, I mean, that's exactly what you want out of your Baptiste. They're doing enough heals to keep, your feeding Ryan alive, but also hitting plenty of damage and getting plenty of trade kills on your own. And we really saw them excel throughout the series. I mean, I don't think you could name a single weak point on the side of Franklin Phoenix. Every player on their team was taking space, getting kills, and doing exactly what their job was. But also on Suave's side, even though this was a dominant series from Franklin Phoenix, we did see some bright spots on the side of Suave's. Roosty getting a number of kills, constantly trying to train it back. Temper also really showing up, trying to make some good swaps to the Farah, which really was trying to make things competitive. GLaDOS also started showing up on that last point there, keeping him alive in a lot of those kills, but unfortunately, it wasn't often enough, and this C9 was brutal.
That C9 is going to sting them for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if they went all the momentum right after that when they had a shot to get that second pick. It's going to be one of those what coulda, woulda, shoulda, and what could have been. But if you're Suave, just take this game, take the maps, go back, do a VOD review with your coaches and managers, and see what you did wrong, see what you could have done differently. Maybe scrim against a team that runs a similar style comp, or if you're having a roster, maybe have an inter squad scrim and be like, hey, let's practice against this, and go from there and try to get better.
Who's your MVP on the side of Franklin Phoenix?
I'm going to say Spiff, because at the end of the day, you could say the Ryan was aggressive, but also you can say the Baptiste enabled pretty much most of that aggression, keeping the Ryan up. The Immortalities came out. And Spiff got to play the game, too, as Baptiste. So, I would say Spiff.
I'm honestly down to get behind Spiff. You know, might be completely biased as a support player, but I know that aggression from the Reinhardt would not be possible without the support from their backline, and Spiff and in Pokemon was just making it happen on the field throughout the entire series consistently, because they were consistently doing all these resources and also not dying very often. And that's such an important thing on a support line, is you can't provide all this value if you are constantly dying, and they did not. They were doing exactly what they needed to do, playing in those excellent positions. We saw them on first point Kings Row when they were attacking, just sitting on that high ground, shooting down, not being in a vulnerable place, while also still being able to put all those resources. And I think this shows some good things. This Franklin Phoenix team might be one of the favorites coming into the midseason tournament for NAPC Open Tier. And I don't think it's it shows some things about Suave Phoenix, but I don't think we should be too down on them. They did show signs of life throughout it. They fought in a tough 3-2 series the previous week, and I think if anything, this is a great learning experience for them.
It is. One of the things, in sports management is tape don't lie. You're going to go back, watch it. You can learn a lot. You learn a lot. You learn more from mistakes than you do from your success. So they can take a lot of these team fight losses and everything, and they can learn a whole lot from them better than if they were to win the map, what they could learn from that. So good learning tool, good learning experience. And Suave, they'll get better. Easy coaching and team management can fix a lot of issues.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight in this series. But we're not done this week at all. We have a lot of matches coming up here this week. Look, it's just Wednesday now. We have matches Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all coming up every single week. You're not going to be able to stop us. We're going to do it. We're going to be showing up in your feed. So please follow this channel. Follow us on Twitter. Like, subscribe, whatever. If you want as much Overwatch action as possible. If you're interested in playing tournaments like this, join our Discord, discord.gg/console Overwatch. Despite its name, we do have tournaments and allow console and PC, North America and Europe, players of all ranks constantly. And while the season has started, you can still join teams to play and compete. Rosters are not closed, and you can join throughout the season. And perhaps you could be on stream here, casted by myself and Big Sam. You never know. Or maybe people that are better than me, because I wouldn't say I'm the greatest caster there is. But
sometimes we do. Sometimes we run GOATS tournaments.
That's true. We're not just these tournaments. We run GOATS tournaments, Hero Band tournaments. We had Lucio Ball earlier as well. We're not a one-trick pony here, besides the fact that we run Overwatch tournaments.
No, we're not.
I've been Headrammer, Big Sam. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day evening.
I'm not crazy, Malin.